show, you don't discriminate against the press. In America, we have something called the First Amendment. Congress established the law to free exercise, abridge of free speech or of the press.
2 months before the art show in June 2022, LAArtTV formally requested a press pass, and for the TV host and the camera person, no one responded.
2 weeks before the show, LAArtTV journalists contacted Frieze director Miss Messiano to resolve the issue of press credentials. There was no response.
In person, at the show, the journalist was provided a pass for February 18, 2022. He was informed the pass was guaranteed to be valid the next 2 days. After interviewing the art show attendees, he left the show. He was able to contact the gallerists and artists showing their work to schedule an interview for the next day on February 19th.
That day, the journalist was denied access to the Frieze show at 12:10 p.m. without any explanation. Once again, the journalist presented valid credentials and a press pass issued by Frieze that day before. Here, the press office proved their statement is actually a lie. Openly contradicts the observable evidence of facts and logic. LAArtTV has no problem to get into international art shows. Shows like LA Art Show, Basel, Desert TX, Armory, museums. LAArtTV is also represented by independent journalists accredited with AP, Reuters, NPPA press credentials.
It's great for people to talk to them, not to block them. We are all creative people. We are all geniuses when it comes to our art field, our art shows. We are not to be blocked.
It is not uncommon that commercial type of exhibitors provides numerous free tickets to newspapers and media employees not classified as a journalist. Frieze provided freebies. LA Times with 30 plus tickets, Beverly Hills Post, and others.
LAArtTV designed jacket with canvas painted patches was complimented by a man attending a wealth management convention in Beverly Hilton, stating, "I am not much into the art, but I got a free ticket, so I went to Frieze show." Proven lies and excuses used by Frieze to block official journalists enter the show. Frieze director Mrs. Messiano refused under FOIA to provide statistics on how many media credentials she issued on February 19, 2022, proven violating the Freedom of Information FOIA law again to conceal the truth.
I mean, the fact is, the purpose of Frieze Corporation is solely to make money. Everyone knows that. Frieze doesn't create art, or are they the factual featured artist, period. Yes, Frieze showed its corporate capitalistic power. Suddenly, 2 guards surrounded the journalist who was doing his duty because he wanted a formal reply from Frieze's press manager.
Also, under FOIA, Mrs. Messiano refused to provide footage showing the journalist being surrounded by security. Proven. Mrs. Messiano was willingly active in discrimination against the press by concealing evidence.
At this time, LAArtTV journalists called the New York office. It was agreed LAArtTV will situate its TV crew at the Frieze show entrance.
When the public exits the show gates, they will be interviewed with the question, "Do you feel discriminated against when the Frieze show staff refused to allow the public to hear your personal impression of the art?"
And oh boy, the crowd got angry, including art gallery owners who paid $35,000 for a booth and responded with a strong objection.
That if you're an art critic and you're here and you're looking at art and wanting to give your own opinion about the art, that for some reason you're not allowed to for the media. So I don't know, I just think that's kind of ridiculous.
This is the conclusion facts. Frieze's denial of accreditation goes against the legal validity and due process and finalization of the above-mentioned interviews. Frieze management blocked discriminatively LAArtTV as a media. Therefore, it failed to capture a free speech of the art crowd at Frieze. Numerous media case laws confirm this, including blocking free speech by Afro-American visitors while visiting Frieze.
Imagine you are at Frieze, an art fair held in Beverly Hills, and you are media, and you are asked not to interview any of the viewers. How does that make you feel?
Frieze trumpets itself as the world's top trade art elite. It is not. Frieze Co. should first control its snobbish behavior, respect the law, and take some ethics classes. Its employees' rude behavior towards the public in general will hamper their success.
I just came from the Frieze, and I think every person should have the right to talk about their opinions, to voice their opinions about art they've seen.
Primarily on camera, Frieze director Miss Messiano should consent to interview and clarify some issues publicly. This is her mandatory duty to her employer, Frieze investors, and sponsors. It is opined by survey groups. Miss Messiano gives the impression of imminent insecurity as she buries her head in the sand, refusing to respond in a degrading manner. Informed LAArtTV, she doesn't give interviews. Her silence confirms guilt, and the evidence presented herein prove it.
You're not to be questioned about our opinions of what we see at the show. I don't think it's right that they're asking us not to talk to press about the art. I personally am an artist, and I have no problem with people talking about my art.
It is opined, as in TED Talk, sponsors or affiliates must protect their image and stay away from social stainers whose action degrades some Frieze sponsors are Deutsche Bank, Double Tequila, BMW Cars, Runard Champagne, Financial Times, Art Forum, and VistaJet.
Miss Messiano's cognitive action and refusal to personally respond revealed her incompetence. What did she do? In a pathetic modus operandi to bury this Frieze PR scandal, she instructed immaturely that the press office on Sunday, February 20th, the last day of the show, mind you, suddenly issue a press pass for that day, knowing LAArtTV appointments scheduled for Saturday or planned coverage are gone, in fact.
This is very serious. This is a very serious matter.
Further, the attendance goes down 40%. Disturbing! Mrs. Messiano knowingly sold to media ticket for yesterday's performance. The art dealers will complain to the Frieze, blocking media to promote their artists, despite paying $35,000 for their booth at the show.
Mrs. Messiano, have a prosperous day. Here is a metaphoric message for you. A lie cannot live, by Martin Luther King Jr. We have to go back to class now. It is the subject of ethics.